Hey, who? What you trying to say? Yeah, what you trying to say? You who? Nasa, don't do it on Waga comedy, don't do it on you. I'm not scared on you. They work and sell on you. I'm not scared on you. I tell you, Jaga, the thing was to say, the thing to tell you know the party, United Party will tell you something that thing why not about to tell. For what? United Party say, well, Yaga. Me are not happy. I was not happy. And you don't hear it. I don't know. They all mayor. What did they get through? I really, the president. What am I even being in a country like this? A get this here. And you so talking like that. You can call us. I don't know who the human be like. It can be called in the president. It can be, it can no fear in. And you so say like that. Why am I not going to go around what I way? If you know what I know, I tell you from today, neither don't insult what don't start United Party. Don't insult voice, maybe
now, chairperson, the governing council. We collaborated with the Unity Party. We are called Rescue Mission. Rescue. Koga is my relative, but he belongs to PUP. As the interest of our president and our vice president, MDR provided the vice president. Our interest, their interest is Yantwanya. Can their interest be different from my interest? Isn't that a division? All right. And we are the ruling party, government. So, but as a minister of the gospel of Jesus, when Koga comes to me for prayer, I can't deny him. I pray for him. I pray for him. The party that I'm heading as a chairperson governing council has a choice. That choice is Yantwanya. But it doesn't stop me from praying for anybody who comes to me. Because any decision contrary to our president, who is a senior bearer of the Unity Party, it will be in contrast to any decision I made different. It will affect our relationship as a collaborating party. And the ruling party candidate is Yantwanya. And I'm a supporter of the ruling party government. So the opposition candidate cannot be supported by our party. You understand? I pray for him. I bless. I pray for Yan. I pray for Koga. But God will answer our prayers. So God will decide to answer one of the prayers. He led with God. Exactly. We took picture. He was humble before God because he wants power, bigger power. He knelt down. That was good. But the ruling party and our party are working together. Our party had to enthrone Ambassador Joseph.
I will be an information minister who doesn't talk back to my former president in a negative way. But my former president was act presidential. This is just 1 month since you left office. What is the rush about? What is it instead of you being that statement that you should be? Even being concerned about how the country makes progress. What is it using your church platform now to be throwing jabs at the administration be a priority for you? But then there's a problem. The Bwanga administration will not draw back from the issue of accountability. So if I go to the Ministry of Information, for example, I just take what I've mentioned, no audit. I just continue. Where am I working? What do I know I'm working into? Audit will give me a picture of the kind of institution. Look, when you do audit, not necessarily to find role. Maybe there was no system. It's possible that people could have stolen. If you don't do audit, and who will do this audit? The current auditor general was not appointed by President Buhari. As we're talking about people running behind people, have you heard anybody say they want password at the GSC? Was he not put there by the CDC? The man and his whole team, he appointed them. Oh, they went witch hunting? Is that what we're saying? No. The point I'm making, my orientation has changed. We should respect our past leaders. President Weah is one. I'm not thinking about doing that. It's not just with President Sally because I work with her. But then you got to carry yourself in a way that makes that respect to also be earned. I assume that President Sally, after President Weah came to power, they didn't even give me any space. They just all over the place. Like she the one who still want to be president, attacking him and raising issues all over the place. Oh, Sidicians and other people would have come after her because she's portraying herself as a regular politician and not that former president who should be highly respected. So all I'm saying, and I want to do that as a few, the president, you may have concern. You were just here a couple of days ago. When you came to power, someone made a policy position on our part that will not bother the government for 12 months. You will know why it takes the wrong government. Let them put their bearing together, let them sit down. And after 1 year, you will know whether that government is moving in a positive direction or not. Then we can begin to flesh the issues. It's just 1 month. You left for a year in the dignified manner. I'm talking about my president, who I want to respect as a former president. I'm saying if he makes himself that ordinary political person and is in the middle of the political discourse, then he got to be treated as such. I don't want to do that. I will lead the charge as the government information minister, but I want to respect my president. So just a humble appeal to him that look, you're not ordinary anymore. You are a former president, Your Excellency. You can't talk about battle lines.
I have chosen to not bother you because I don't see your existence as relevant. Or don't push us to the wall. CDC will be your problem. Don't come disrespect people of the party as being insincere. Who are you? You put a criminal sanction candidate in the race at the disagreement of the party. You think the party is a vehicle where few of you chose to rise to untold wealth? But your day will come. As a matter of fact, don't worry about yourself. The people say president got immunity, but I know your weakness. You can't keep money. In 2 years, you will get broke again, and then you will come act like the party is your private ownership. That's where the fight will start from. You will never ever run on the party ticket again. Quote me. You will never be the stand-up bearer of the CDC. You are a phony. You rob the interest of the masses for personal aggrandizement. And then you come here and brave to utter words like insincerity. I made a very great mistake by running your campaign 2017. Do I will continue to be stupid to make a weird president in this country again? So foreign national can flag our diplomatic passport, transnational criminal for being holding our diplomatic passport. Don't infuriate us. We accept the defeat as a party. We will consolidate. We will look at the error, and you are one of the errors. We'll look at the error and rebrand the party. You're talking about you will not sacrifice money. In 2 years, you will get broke again, and then you will come act like the party is your private ownership. That's where the fight will start from. You will never ever run on the party ticket again. Quote me. You will never be the stand-up bearer of the CDC. You are a phony. You rob the interest of the masses for personal aggrandizement, and then you come here and brave to utter words like insincerity. I made a very great mistake by running your campaign 2017. I will continue to be stupid to make a weird president in this country to wealth? But your day will come. As a matter of fact, don't worry about yourself. The people say the president got immunity, but I know your weakness. You can't keep money. In 2 years, you will get broke again, and then you will come act like the party is your private ownership. That's where the fight will start from. You will never ever run on the party ticket again. Quote me. You will never be the stand-up bearer of the CDC. You are a phony. You rob the interest of the masses for personal aggrandizement. And then you come here and try to offer words like insincerity. I made a very big mistake, but
well, a pleasant way to welcome you to another intriguing presentation of the Viewpoint of Punch 106.7 FM, folks. A very pleasant good evening is on 106.7 FM, Punch TV Live on this Thursday, May 23, 2024 presentation. My name is Jeff Jefferson from Punch House in 72nd, Pinsville. Good evening to residents of 72nd. Good evening to residents of Pinsville City. Good evening to residents of Monrovia, residents of Montserrat County. Good evening to residents of other capital cities of the 14 other political subdivisions of Liberia. And let me just say good evening to all of you across the length and breadth of this common patrimony, our beloved country, Mama Liberia, the land of liberty, justice, and freedom for all. And I always say what we envisage for the motherland is permanent peace, love, respect, and tolerance for all. We must be tolerant because we have different political affiliations, religious affiliations, social affiliations. So we must be tolerant. If our society must progress, we must be tolerant. We must respect and the views and opinions of individuals who come from different backgrounds, political, religious, you just name it. So welcome to it, another fascinating presentation of The Viewpoint. The Viewpoint comes your way every Monday to Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. with me, Jeff Jefferson. Tonight, we've got a couple of things to talk about. Let me just kick the ball rolling by saying government is best which governs least. Government is best which governs least. The people cannot delegate to government the power to do anything which would be unlawful for them to do themselves. Underscore. Government, the people cannot delegate to government the power to do anything which would be unlawful for the people themselves to do. You can say Jeff should do this. You can't compel me or put me on the position or the compulsion to do something that is illegal, that is unthinkable, that you yourself cannot do. Similarly, you don't expect a government to play magic when you, as the people, cannot play the magic to have that thing, to have those things done, because the government is not made of robots. The government is made of human beings like you and myself, like you. So those things that seem impossible for you to do, maybe in the short period of time, you don't expect the government to do so because they are the government. Mind you, the government is you. You make up the government. So you have to bear some patience to see how the government that is made of human beings can make decisions that are in your interest. And when I read the speech from His Excellency the President Joseph Yuma Walker, I felt I realized that there are some truth. There is absolute truth and love and patriotism and nationalism for country in the heart of the president of the Republic of Liberia. And so, similarly, what the president carries, you are, as the lieutenants, should also uh, at least carry 50% of the burden he has, and the love and patriotism, nationalism, to see Liberia moves from the current state of filth, from the current state of deception, deceit, corruption, bad governance, lawlessness, that is incumbent upon all of you, along with the president, all of you, his able lieutenants, to take this country from the current state to another one. Or you can further retrograde the country. You can further retrograde it from where you met it. So government is best which governs least. The people cannot delegate to government the power to do anything which would be unlawful for them to do themselves. Power tends to corrupt. Underscore. Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Did we see that in recent time? Yes. The past regime, we saw the power, this phrase, the power tends to corrupt. Absolutely, it corrupted them. When power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Did we experience that? The past is yes, yes. Power corrupted them, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So everything was just like this and that. Violence is the last result of the incompetence. So when you have incompetent people in the space of leadership, and they can achieve, they can't implement, they can't deliver, and when the people are fed up, the last result is violence. Violence is the last result of the incompetent. So if you prove and demonstrate that you are incompetent, what will remove you, or the people express their disappointment in you through the means of violence. And that should not be the portion of this government. Having said that, I'm not going to talk much tonight, but we do some analysis and then pick calls. So two things I'm going to look at, or two instances or two situations I'm going to look at tonight, and then pick calls. So the first thing I want to look at is taking advantage of situations and conditions. You know, we as Liberians, we are quick to take advantage of situations. Whatever sector we find ourselves, let me just be particular with the business people. Whether it be the old man that sells in Gorbachev market, So the Lebanese man or Fulani man or whoever it is, we take advantage of situations to deprive us. The right situation, and thankfully, the inspection division of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry dispatched inspectors in the field today in various communities, various counties. In fact, it's a nationwide inspection to ensure that the price of rice is sold at 16.75 United States dollars, and the commodity is not hold or hold it, or to prevent people from holding the commodity. Now, as a business person, why will you wait? Why will you pray for a situation to occur and you take advantage of the situation? Many of you made profit that you did that does that is now worth it. Just in the space, pronouncement was made on Monday, and when people, few minutes after people went to buy rice from you, you inflicted the price. That's how insincere we are to ourselves. That's how wicked we are to ourselves as Liberians. And no wonder why we are where we are. You're waiting for a situation, you're waiting for a condition to exploit people. You are an exploiter. You want to exploit people out of every situation that comes out. You use the right situation every time to exploit people. You are evil. You bought the rice at 16.75 or 16.50 because you know you got the retail, so it's a cycle. This person buys and sells, and that person buys and sells, and so people will want to make profit. Now you bought the rice, some of you bought the rice 2 months ago, 3 months ago at the stipulated price. And you had the rice in huge quantity in your warehouses. Boom! It was like a time bomb that had exploded, and the rice you've got, what were you thinking, or what do you think? Taking advantage of situations and not being cognizant of the consequence. That's evil. You just wait for a moment, and then you take advantage. You bought the rice at a particular stipulated price. You wait for a situation, you wait for a pronouncement, and you hiked the prices. So the unwarranted profit you made, you think it's going to help your business? It will never help your business, because people who will go to you to buy, they say, my brother, why get the rice price? You not hear the people see the rice price going up. But you not just buy the rest today, you bought the rest. That your business, if you don't want to go. And your business that you want you raise now. That's the Liberian mentality. We are so cruel to one another. You had the rest packing in your warehouse for God knows how long. But because you hear people, you hear about scarcity and increment in the price. Now the increment will not affect your rice now. It's the importers who are not even imported, because if they import the rice now, then when you go and purchase that, then you increase the price. But you can have the rice in your warehouse that you purchase for the original price. Then you take advantage of information to hack the price. That's how criminal we are in this country. That's how devilish we are in this country. That's how envious, that's how cruel we are in this country to one another. And this is why if we don't change our mentality, if we don't change our attitude, every time we talk about government, that's what I said. We can dedicate to government what we ourselves cannot do. We tell government will do it. Government not increasing price, but you increasing price. You are cruel to yourself and cruel to Liberians and cruel to this country. And you are a criminal. Tonight I'm not gonna mince my words. You are a criminal. All of you who hike the price, you have rice in your warehouse, you have huge quantity of rice in your warehouse, and you wait for opportunity to hike the price. You are a criminal. You are not different from Ozogo. You are not different from Ozogo. You are a criminal in high places, You are a criminal in clean clothes. You are a criminal sitting behind the counter. You are a criminal operating in your shop. You are a criminal operating in your store. And you are not just a criminal, you are wicked, you are cruel. All of us are responsible for where our country is today. In the name of profit. To hell with your profit. What kind of profit you want to make? Criminal profit? You get profit criminally at the expense of people, and that's the only way people will eat, because our rest can eat now. So tonight let me leave government out small. Let's come to ourselves. Let's put ourselves under the spotlight, under the limelight. Liberians, as how we treat one another in the traffic, in the church, in the malls, in the market, everywhere. We are just reckless one another. We are just wicked, cruel, criminally doing things. Then you want to blame the importers? That the importer tell you, go, the rice you bought saying here was I don't know what thing. That the importer, the rice you bought saying still months ago, that importer tell you to get the price up. Because you heard commerce minister say blah blah blah. I mean, mother buy man, be careful in Japan, open your mouth, be talking blah blah. Go to talk. You put the government in problem. No wonder you said a cartel. You know, we're having this conversation. I mean, whether you not, I know you can be praying your name, not kind but your name will just kind inside so away. Because you are responsible. Your name will just pop up some kind of way because you are responsible for this thing. For making people to behave criminally. How can you have 50 bags of rice in your house you bought ever since? As soon as you say, oh, you don't hear the news? Yeah, they say increment, okay, we get the price up. How do you feel when you behave that way? At least when the increment, when you go for new order, then you say, okay, the new order I bought it, the price is already up, so I increase my price. But you get all goods now. What you take it? What would take advantage of one another in this country? You are a clean clothes rogue. You're not different than a dirty clothes rogue. You are a rogue. You are a common criminal. Amassing profit, undue profit. You are corrupt. And you can be sanctioned. That's the people be sanctioned. You who said the rest can be yeah. But the only that cartel thing, what you talk about, you part of that cartel and you're going in the corner and agree and say, okay, the thing that happened, the realtor they were subsidizing or will get our own court. So, I mean, you know, you part of all you get out, you get similar color like us. You know that let's do the wanna do the put subsidize. So you know you minister of commerce and you get your own, your deputy will get their own. He said, oh, that level there, the operation. I ain't looking. We just go tell the people say international and globally there is economic situation, blah blah blah. We come and increase our prices. Then you go sit at Mika, open your mouth and talk unnecessarily. Then you after a day you come out and release statement say Then I why amen, and they will not say this and that. You say you're agreed. Government agreed with importers due to global economic trends to increase the price of rice. And when you're not explicit about being clear in your communication, you cause problem. And because the former government, they were not clear in their communication deliverables, how they were not clear in information dissemination, communication they disseminated, it plunged the government to cause problem for the government. So if you cannot clearly articulate what you want to say, it better you shut your mouth. Because statement you make is a policy statement, it has bindings. So you can't go say one thing yesterday, or you can say one thing today, tomorrow you can say another thing. Say, oh, I didn't. You got to be clear, very clear. Because people interpret what you say, so you be clear about what you say to the public. But we like to applaud Honorable Dor Cooper, his division, the Inspector Division, the dispatch people today. I'm told some of the criminals then were arrested, some of them were fined. And that's the right way to go. You are just a common rogue. Just want to keep Liberians, suppress your fellow Liberians because you get opportunity to sell rice. You are a criminal. You need to desist. Start taking advantage of situations unnecessarily. So let's cut space. Let's cut spade a spade. Spade a spade. We must be careful with how we treat one another. If we want this country to progress, the government have their duty, though they have the greatest burden. We as citizens, we as citizens, the citizenry we equally have a greater burden to contribute to national growth and development. If you want to be stealing from your fellow Liberians, you're not going to carry the country in it. Because if I don't have the money to add up to go buy the rest, why I'll go take the money from? No, we're going to sit there and be hungry. So a hint to a wise is quite sufficient. Don't allow Commerce Ministry inspectors to come to say, oh, blah, blah, blah. Be a patriot, be a nationalist. Be conscious-minded, or conscious-minded Liberian, that I have the rice here. Why am I holding the rice? Why am I increasing the price? I bought the rice ever since. I will leave you at that. So I know some of you who stay high-headed, some of you are very high-headed. The inspectors will catch you. They will fine you. They will confiscate your market. And they will do whatever the law mandates them to do. They will do to you because you are a lawless citizen. You are a lawless citizen. Now let's go to a major talking point. I don't know whether I can pick a few calls on this before I go to my major talking point tonight. So that's what you need to know about this whole rice business. So the Inspectorate Department at the Ministry of Commerce dispatched inspectors in the field today. I'm told in few counties, arrests were made, rice was confiscated because those ones they are just bent on being criminals, just taking advantage of situations. So they arrested them, they found some of them, they confiscated some of the rice, quantity of rice, and that is it. And if you don't operate as a conscious Liberian, you will be dealt with. You can hide. The inspector, some kind of way they will find you. You keep in the rest. Then when people come to you and say, I get it, I get one bag. You know how they can behave? Oh, people really need rice. People want to eat rice. I get rest of those. Still, they didn't get rest. How wicked they can be. They get the rest in the warehouse. Those they will be there and they didn't get rest. If you please, I get one bag of ball. You gotta pay 5,000. Just to amass profit on a very criminal and tricky manner, in a very criminal manner. You look at the person does not have the person appealing to you. Hey, my sister, I really want to rise up. I get the money. You be damned that money will pay because you hear say rest price come and go up or rest price and go up. And that rate you get in your warehouse, you buy it expensive. So you sell it at that price. When you go now to the importers and they say the rice price up now, when you buy that one and then you can't put the price up. That one you get right to put the price up. But when you get the price, you hold it, then you put in the price up when you not buy it the way you say it. 0778665699088056164. So we can delegate the government what we supposed to, what we can do, tell them to do, and we can the government can the government should not expect us to do what they can do. So it's vice versa. It's two sides of the coin. Two sides of the coin. If we can do, you must do. If we can do, you can do. If you can do, we must do. It's vice versa. So government, you got a role to play. We got a role to play. The thing you can't do, don't expect us to do it. The thing we can't do, we might expect you to do it. But you have the greatest burden to do, and citizens to also do. It's a two-way street, and we must do as Liberians to make our countries to progress. All of us, it's incumbent upon us to contribute in whatever way possible, wherever we find ourselves. Let's contribute to national development. Let me begin by picking the cause here tonight. Good evening.
Giving him a second chance, but I mean, Muda, for me, I don't have great trust and interest in him being a commerce minister because I don't see reasons that he should be there and just to come up with statements that have turned his country into different things. He said that just talk. You know, a lot of you yourself that your money that you have a country or upside down. People moving all around, you know, our brothers on the other side, they were celebrating it because they believe that, that will give them a right way. The minister there is, I mean, by this time I will fire. Yes. I will fire him and let him go and find everything. So we thank God that everybody put in place so that it can be better for Nigeria.
Thank you, Ime. Another caller. Hello. Yadibi, where you join us from, please?
Yeah, are you getting me now?
You're very loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. As I was saying, that's why I said that I was telling somebody today, you see, our problem in Liberia is we as Liberians. I went to go buy a battery today, paid a battery, just to know what was happening. I went to one Liberian guy to ask him for a pair of battery, and he was selling the battery 20. And I went to a fuller guy who had a fish, and he was selling $8. So what came to my mind is, what is the difference? Is that the fuller man buy a battery from Ethiopia, or that big man buy it from Mexico? You see, we Liberians, we are the cause of this country is not progressing. For every little thing we want to take advantage of it. And sometimes it becomes bad. We as Liberians we cannot continue to treat our own people like this. For example, as soon as the issue came up, I went to Osha today. People are saying you quit marching. You have the rest. I don't know what that person the importer, but the whole world of that person will full of social rest. And I the why you buy the rest. I want for the rest. I work for President David say 4,100 United States, I mean, elaborate dollars. I said, what? So it's bad. We can't continue like this. And the government too will be more responsible. Most of the things are happening because the government is taking action, taking in on behalf of the Liberian people. What is happening will not be happening today. I mean, everything is happening. That's why that this government want for this government to progress, and they are planning to be like the legislature, but they are not the one. I mean, but as a businessman, the businessman does not think who care or who what they want to start. And that's what I mean. What I want to do to this government.
Thank you, Sam. Hello, your name and where you joining us from?
Good evening, Roger. Good evening to many national leaders.
Let's hear you.
This is the name of the foundation of affordable solutions.
Let's hear you, Dan.
Thank you, Brother Jeff. He has said all, and he has said all, because one of the major things that we do in Liberia is the change that we are young mind of we the and all leaders can be changed. I don't think Liberia will accept it because it was necessary for our commerce minister to come and with the head of it to see how best they can deal or address the issue from coming over. Other people see that somehow difficult as it discuss the issue of Amin Moda. To say you want to be so difficult but issue like the increase of because the view of government the minister. Amin Moda was out of the most he is not in the personal business as well as the era is expensive. If one bottle of mineral water is so expensive, so something should be very careful. The wrong issue.
Thank you, my brother. Let's take another call. Hello, your name and where you joining us from, please?
Good morning, my brother. Jack Everson.
Good evening, your name and where you call from, please?
My name is Gustavo Smo, calling from the Commandant Peace Island.
Go ahead, Jay.
Jeff, you know, when it comes to rest issues, we know what rest issues have done in this country from 1979, almost 45 years, relating with the things. So, Amin Muta, you part of this regime. You brought the rescue mission to power. You part of the executive. I think before you can come up with press statement, they should be in line with executive mansions, with your boss. You see now, the environment has caused us as a country, as a government. Now, the president came out after he issued that press statement. The president came out in less than 24 hours. He said, no, not only why you call these people the Sada and talk. I guess the rest is 15 that on the fast still the dealer are still selling it to the we are buying it for that place to go sell. But now, people selling 4,000 this and that because of the pronouncement made by the Muta. The president came and said this. I then when you go K&K, you go to all rest dealers. They rest just 15 hours on the party. But those are in the rural shops and communities. These are the people that now have the I listened to you interviewing or with the interview with the company inspector last night. Where are we now? It is like the inspection process. Like he said, you are commencing today. And people are still telling you rest is like this. So we gotta be careful in this country, rest issue. Because I want to believe in that president he said the rest is a cartel. And I want to believe the common minister and other people
It's part of the cartel.
right? In the cartel. Yeah, he's a president. He's in nation.
Thank you, my brother. 1 minute finish. Just pick another call or just 1 minute for every call. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello. Hello, your name and where you join us from, please?
Thank you. My name is Louis F. Johnson. I do join you from district number 2 resident of the country. I am a supporter and advocate of the rest agenda.
Let's hear you, my brother.
Working for almost 2 days, very even like this. So here these are changes that are happening on Liberia. You know, I was your expectation why happening. You know, like you just said it all. Patriotic and nationalistic appearance is not just what you say, but it should be analyzed by everything you do. We can use every situation to get away or get at people from for the benefit. But all these things are being shifted. Corporate minister being very irresponsible and not competent about the job.
Sit down, the minister.
We want to see it because we have system of so much competence in our employment. You want people coming to others, they don't know what to do. You want come with what you already know is to support our agenda. This agenda is to realistic and put that benefit. So I think it's time that again, we will support this.
Hello, your name and where you join us from. 1 minute, please.
Yeah, Jeff, quickly, let me conclude. There's your sound smooth back on the line.
You did not conclude?
No.
Tell
You,
us
are,
seconds,
you
tell us
asked me about the cartel. You asked me about the cartel issue that the e-commerce minister mentioned in a press statement.
25 seconds.
All right. So thank you. Now that he says a cartel, meaning that those that serve that ministry probably they zero the answer that hard because they want to have their own say on it to enrich somebody ordinary people. And say this quickly. Our Buakai, who have no regret of where quality of bringing power and campaign all with all. We are the first company that has leadership. We bring the power to show leadership and show government so that Nigeria can benefit from the resources that benefit all of us, like he said. So no president, no government official or minister should try to contradict the rescue mission agenda. That's what we brought it for. We brought you the president to put for your table to work along with him to make the agenda come to reality so that people can see the benefit of the government.
Thank you, sir. Hello, your name, where you join us from, please? Good evening, I'm doing good, bro. Your name and where you come from?
Thank you. Thank you for the show. Wow, my name is
Let's hear you.
The whole issue with the here, what I wanted to get the president. Right? You know what they want? There's nothing that I don't want. I mean, what I become they spend behind the top of that. So they get every right to what it wants. And I for the they spend behind the president. They the country yesterday everybody knew that and the country was one of the water out of Nigeria. But I mean, what I know to do today, to think that you will call the president just go and say how you find the president everybody's doing it here for the country. It's not something you and myself were not as minister, all of my entire world. So I think the president has to do something about it. I think we have to go. Because we're not going all people that will look at it the president will not do nothing, they will just will do correction. That is, why the people from the CDC funny, almost necessary thing to complete the government to the United Party administration. Almost like people that have been when they see a government, they have been you know how many they just started for the president the president you know original for that's not from where just use that money, no here, no day. That was not a good idea. The project center. Or do not happen, no here, no day. Yeah, now, I mean, what I want to do for who were on there and say, people in the people, I didn't want to want to say, how better the one goal for that? That we get it more power, that way it can be spinning. So, that was the
Thank you, my brother.
I beg you, you can spend your money, you can spend a lot of money, it's a thing. I see the president of the country, you don't put it behind the country. You are not supposed to be the president, then you stay right for other money. I mean, you want maybe to go off people and put it outside. Thank you very much. So that is not going to go. No worry about it. Thank you.
Moda, go. The people now see. Yeah, leave Moda, man. The public get a second chance. We mess up again by you go. Hello, your name and where you join us from, please. Your name and where you join us from, bro.
Thank you, Chief. Those of us of Kwewo would cover and I join this conversation from District 3.
But before you continue, that discussion are limited to Liberians. Why are you bringing me more inside?
I don't know what they call us, really bringing Moda into the discussion. But this thing is all about dishonesty about we the Liberians. The Liberians are taking advantage of situations to exploit people and to profiteer their businesses. And I think it is very bad because some of them are doing this out of a people motive. Some of them doing it to profiteer, and some of them are doing it also to politicize the issue. Do you know that I went to eat your Google shop and the right number is what it says from 300 this they were brave and then just 1.5 for some of them. So when you put that this is not about bringing.
And you forced to eat it, right? So
she have already said, all right. So you can't refuse it, but then she can't. And lady that even in the political season, she had a title. I was opposing the rescue mission, all right. So these are people today that will take advantage of these things to politicize it, to make the government look up to people, doing it out of their own people motive, to see from the people they are. We will not be brave and tell the people that we want to see, but they want to politicize it. That way that the government you see it? So that is very bad. If you're doing that, you think that there, you suffer yourself because that's for me now. I will not shall already do a red lamp to us. I can be the only one that can go because shot again. Because in as much as you as a physician, you want to take advantage of the situation to politicize issue. I don't think
there should be no politics in business. It should be neutral. There should be no politics in business. You should be neutral in business.
As a businesswoman, you want to politicize issue, your business, you definitely going to feel it with. Okay? So following the conversation, and I think other people should discuss the honoristic point and then start to mention the Commerce Minister, that yes, of course, in being error, taking decisions that not inform the president, but then I think that error was the president when he hosted a meeting with the importer, so that I don't want to send or that'll be added on the right side. So I think we can let it go. That is the first mistake. No man is fine with the error. So I think we should give him a chance and opportunity to work on. I don't have any people motive to go to Liberia. bringing us less people to the rescue mission in Africa, the mindset, possibility for the rest people. So thank you, Jeff, for following the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Cole, for your participation. I think that will do for this segment. I don't know, but Victor, I'm getting feedback. I'm hearing myself. So we will progress to the next this discussion point tonight. Now, this is particularly with the president. We will analyze what the president said to today at the inaugural, the first cabinet retreat under the Unity Party regime. And let me firstly applaud the person, those who wrote the speech. They did a great job. And those who coined the team did a very good job as well. Coordination and performance, delivering on national agenda priorities, underpins the pivotal movement of shift following the first 100 days in office. Very great team. Coordination and performance, delivering on national agenda priorities, underpins a pivotal moment of shift following the first 100 days in office. Now, before I get to absorbing the speech or the message delivered by the president, statement by statement or paragraph by paragraph, I want to sound this caveat. Those of you are in the communication era of the president. For me, I know because during the campaign, I was in GNB office and we went to counties. We saw the embarrassment you caused to Pape. The Pape is a Pape, you go in Ghana, he's old, 79 years old, you don't expect him to be shouting and be yelling. So you need to make sure. Let me elevate my voice. I don't know what happened to you. You're thinking faculty, what happened? You want a 79-year-old man to shout? You go put Mark in front of me and I correct that granny. All of you embarrass JMB. All of you. I mean, would I embarrass JMB? Those people that are responsible, those people that I know that I don't know whether it is the presidential press secretary, the department, or they've got people, technical people. Now, let me speak down. I don't think the presidential secretary is the technical people. You're embarrassed JMB during the campaign. I mean, went to places you could hardly hear him speak. You don't expect a 79-year-old man to be shouting. When I listen to Tinubu have a bad voice than JMB. But anywhere Tinubu went to speak during the campaign, his voice was clear because the technical people responsible for the sound system put their acts together. And you're that beyond JMB, the technical area, you're making the Pape to be struggling. Feedback. The Pape will be struggling. You get understand? Because the technical people are the people responsible for a good output. When the president speaks, they are not doing that work. All of you are witnesses. When JNB spoke around during campaign, the speaker didn't say what they can, and then you see the speaker said the microphones there, they get battery. And I mean, they realize one particular incident, Mandela Kopo had to go and tell the Pape to go sit down. Then the people face the sound. Imagine where now people going live and people view all over the world. You couldn't hear the Pape. Now he's president, you're still doing the same. If it costs you to spend $1 million to get a good sound system, so that JMB will relax and talk the way he can talk at his age, so that he will be clear. You're spending 1 million because I won't buy it for cost. You spend that 1 million for cost. They didn't text me today because I watched an executive. The first thing the Bible was talking, and I understand everything inside. We buy on news people, the thing they thought I won't lose it. But we're struggling to get JMB. I will register now. So please, you respect yourself. Just stop embarrassing the Pape. You don't expect the Pape to talk more than how you talk. A 79-year-old man, how you talk. So you should be on top of your game. The next time the Pape will speak, you have to make sure the system is proper. The mic is audible enough. You see, Madida Koba that time, I think it was at a rescue center. Pape was making a very important statement, I think, that came out of the conflict, the confrontation between civilians and people in Morovia. The attack at the rescue center and so forth. We couldn't understand anything Pape was saying. The mic bad, the speaker grinding, the place noisy, no decorum, understanding until Madida Koba. The Pape can go see that because they won't understand nothing. Until let them face it. Until they can face it, rather. So you don't learn from that thing here. Pape isn't the president. Anywhere beginning to learn, anywhere that Pape go to, you please make sure there is a better output from the sound system. If the technical people here can make the recommendation to the Ministry of Finance, Boma Kamara, Mr. Minister, all the Pape go make speech. They're the technical people get their own system. Let them have their own system. You don't expect us and now you're going to be shouting. You can't shout again. But you should have a very good sound system. The output should be good so that when you're talking, you relax and talk and let understand what you're saying. We can't be struggling to be understand what they're saying because the sound system is bad. The output is bad. Then you're stating that I didn't say nothing happened. See, you know that things happen will be reminding you. Y'all please make sure when the Pape speaks, the mic might not be grinding. Might not be, you hear me? Man. Pape already old. They don't embarrass the president yet. If some of you see candidate in the government, who identify one party, they won't be the Pape black. They won't work on that sound system. The way the Pape going to during the retreat to Ellen Johnson said ministerial complex, that sound system they're not good. You okay your own sound system when you speak truth. It's as simple as that. He's the president. There should be. See, that's some of the thing people admire about George Weah. We are starting. In fact, the music said, yes, because boom, boom, boom. They will start dancing in the first place. We agree, George Weah, young boy president, JB, the old school president, but when he's speaking, that when he get old school, let the sound system be okay. They understand what the Pape is saying. They understand what the president is. They be embarrassing the president like that. Beginning tonight, you can even go to George Weah and rent a system for the people talking that you go rent it because of business. Or you go buy your own system. That system they can mount on the truck to pass away. In the meantime, you can be to Boulevard Junction, you eat something signal, you're at or JB Reyes saying the JB talking. You're in the presidency and your family. So the people that are in the technical people that are doing they get good sound system for the Pape. Then you test it. As whom you're testing when you test it, then hear it clearly. Let me go to the meeting. I want to talk. I just want to understand that because it's so embarrassing. We have the president struggling to understand. Just say I can be struggling to understand. You're not thoughtful enough. The Bible made a lot of sense to me, and I could feel that it's very serious. And many of these people will be ashed. Many of you will be ashed. JB is now a joker. I mean, without just giving the doubt. So let's go bit by bit with the speech and analyze it, the statement that was delivered today. I know today, but I retreat no jolly jolly. The retreat moreover no jolly jolly. Unlike the other man, other president, they retreat other places. But hey, please hold on. I need to go through the speech. And there is something I want before I go through the speech. Let me say the Kula and Joseph. She got deputy now. You posted something today on the Executive Mansion website. You deleted it. We're not sure about posting in that page. Just stop mismanaging that page. The issue about the rights in the statement can you release the thing you posted that you didn't sign it. For us, some of us, we in chat room and the thing they put me talking like embarrassed, but we will not talk there. Because the people they fuck out listening already. When posted a statement about the outcome of the meeting, you did not sign it. They were running around without. You went and posted something, and not the first time, not the second, not the third time. You can post something with, that is not clear. You have issues to occur. You even. You should please be sure of what you're posting on the Executive Mansion website. You posted something about Executive 132, amending Executive Order number 124, moratorium on the exploitation of processed natural rubber. And you know, something on that Executive Mansion, you finish screenshotting it. People finish screenshotting it. So you gotta be sure. So the way I get in my phone, I believe that the information is the right information. So be sure of what you post on the website. I can remember when Smith today looking at the possession of the mansion, they go to as inept as yesterday that government was. I can remember, maybe somebody can remind me that they will post something in the executive mansion and they deleted it. So you're who they knowledgeable people. You make sure of the information you post on the executive mansion. This should be the last time you post on the executive mansion, you delete it. Because when you post that people finish, everybody get it. So be sure. Kula, do a great job. Your deputy, even though the guy issue here about your credential, your experience, blah blah blah, but you can make it. That your time to serve, just serve, you do your best. You don't be ignorant. You can post information on whole website, presidency. Then you go check there again, say Facebook will tell you, or the internet will tell you, Ken Low. When somebody when you go to something on Facebook, they tell you Ken Low. That means it has been deleted. So you need to work on that. Madam Press Secretary, Deputy Joseph Valai. You'll be sure why you're posting on that page. When you post it there, then you don't take it down. So we're not going to do them. We're going to go to the major places where the president stressed, and then you can make a determination of whether the president was really realistic these things he said he's committed to achieving them. But the thing is, while it is a privilege to serve, the responsibility that comes with studies must also and always remind us of the crucial duty to perform and deliver on the priorities we have set to improve the livelihood of our people and promote the common good. This is a speech delivered by to open the inaugural retreat of the cabinet of the president. It is a privilege to serve. It's not all right, privilege. Now, since it is a privilege, you have a responsibility to serve and to make impact and to deliver for the good of the people, in the interest, in other words, in the interest of the people. So those of you who are lieutenants and cabinet members, officials, read a statement good, understand what the president was saying, and take due diligence and take note, because he will act upon this statement. The theme of the retreat, coordination and performance delivering on national agenda priorities, underpins a pivotal moment of shift following the first 100 days of office. The 100 days you did something, you decide war crimes, you do more, cars and not roads were pliable, blah blah blah. You did, but that was just the beginning. You've got about 5 years and some months to go. It's about time. This is just your work has just begun. The agenda that we set for our first 3.5 months in office was an effort to collectively make bold decisions. That's right. I mean, bold decisions were made. Take some concrete action steps and dedicate ourselves to the tasks that will help meet our developmental goals and lead to progress and prosperity. The dedication must continue. I would like to thank this moment to thank members of the cabinet, officials, and staff of various ministries, agencies, and commissions for working hard to substantially deliver on a 100-day action plan despite short window and limited funding. Short period of time, no money, you achieve. You know, my tells you, the person just will be wicked, the person just will be political. As we reflect on the responsibility and trust now, it's coming hard now. As we reflect on the responsibility entrusted you, and you have an entrusted responsibility. The Liberian people entrusted you with a responsibility to serve. And the president said that let us reaffirm our commitment to serve with diligence, integrity, and wavering dedication. You don't want to dash the hopes and aspirations of the people, the trust. Liberians have lost trust. George Weah and his people made Liberians lost trust in governance and leadership, politics. They saw you as the only chance, as the only hope. Don't dash their hopes. We came to usher in the transformative change Liberians have long yearned for, and we must continue to demonstrate to the average Liberian that the mission to rescue him or her is no fluke, but a deliberate move to set a new path for development, one that will improve livelihoods and bring about the much needed dignity lost over the years. Dignity in Liberia probably lost out by the correct. But to bring the dignity by you have a lot to do. So that's the transformative change you have to, as a burden, as a responsibility that you have to achieve. Our capacity as a government does not lie in how officials wear their titles. Minister this, minister that, commission this, deputy minister that, president today, blah blah blah. The capacity that you have does not lie in how officials, how you wear your title or sleeve up your wear their titles on their sleeves and exert power. Instead, now let me look at this. You use the title, you exert power, you are so powerful, you power John, and you have absolute power, authority. The president said, "Nah, what you can do here, they're not power, title you can here for. What you here for?" Instead, as an official, you must demonstrate in how you selflessly serve as a unit, bearing in mind that the work you do today and the foundation you lay will not just address current needs, but guarantee a better future for the next generation. So if it mess up here, the next generation will feel it. Just as the former government messed up, You will suffer it. But you got the expertise to make it better so that the next government that will succeed you will not suffer. Expectations of our people are at an all-time high. Nobody will tell you, say, Liberians' expectations you are not high. The expectations are high. Even though America according to the people they should manage, which is good, but the expectations are high. You must deliver as you promised. Expectations of our people are at an all-time high. To deliver on those hopes, we must do things differently. This is where the first comes in, not business as usual. Do things differently and with a renewed sense of patriotism and determination to deliver on our promises. We must take this movement as talented members of a team to engage in thoughtful, constructive, and open conversation. You get the talent. Talent is you are educated, you have the expertise, you are knowledgeable. If you're knowledgeable, you get talent, you're not educated, the edge will fall down on you. We should exchange ideas and plan on how best to address the economic and social challenges confronting our country. You need to do so. Very important, imperative. Today, I remind you of the challenge I made to you during your commission. When they appointed you, you went for confirmation, blah blah blah. The president commissioned you. This is what he said to you. And the phrase comes in: "It is no longer business as usual. It is no longer business as usual. This is a demand for hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment to the development of our beloved country. It is no secret that the fate of the nation lies in its leaders. And although it is my picture that is plastered in papers when the government is scolded, that with the team and who is scolding the Joseph Boga, that Joseph Boga is scolding. I want you, though he will be scolded, but he wants you to always remember that it is up to you, their officials, pave the way for a brighter future for our citizens. We live in challenging times where the global landscape. So let me go ahead. Let me skip. Trying to skip. Let me go forward. Let us not be swayed by greed, corruption, or self-interest, but rather let us be guided by a sense of duty and responsibility to our citizens. Let us be the catalyst for change, the visionaries who inspire others to follow in our footsteps. And this is what I love as well. For me, and the rest, failure is not an option. Underscore emphatic. For me and the rest agenda, failure is not an option. That means the Bible telling you, say, I can't fail, I won't fail. The agenda, it can't fail. There is no space for failure. So you, the part of the agenda, if there's failure in your DNA, just keep away. If you have failure in your DNA, if you've been failing before, don't fail here because you will be ashed. So it better you give way. For me and the arrest agenda, failure is not an option. So, listen, as a part of the team, you must play your role. Underscore. You must play your role. Live up to the expectations of your job or what? Step aside. If you need evaluating here, you have the time now to step aside. Because the arrest agenda won't get time to fail. We can't fail. We must succeed. We must deliver. So if you can make it, step aside. And I love this one thing. This train is moving, and not just moving, but moving fast. If I make sense. That message the sending to them. I mean, more that train moving fast. The way you fat the day, if you can make it, give way. That it's figurative now. I'm not saying that. I know, but your action can be determined as fat. That thing he said that rest meaning the fatness. Eh? So if you fat and you're in the red business, give way because I will not hesitate to dismiss you. I will not hesitate to dismiss you. Can we open the lines? Well, where did I go? Where is it? This train is moving and moving fast. Either you are on board or you are left behind. Now, if you want to interpret this, if you can make it, you will be asked. So I challenge every one of you, esteemed members of cabinet and other officials, to work together in harmony, unity, to strive towards a common goal, the development and prosperity of our country. Let us not rest until we have unlocked the full potential of our nation, until we have brought about a transformation that will be felt for generations to come. With a focus on the objectives and outcomes of this retreat, I'm confident we will come from this retreat stronger and more equipped to fulfill our duty to the people we serve. Together we can achieve greatness. Together we can shape the future of our country. Together we can make a difference. Let us rise to the challenge and work tirelessly towards the development of our nation. In the next 3 days, we should challenge ourselves and hold true to our collective oath to work for the Liberian people by not ending this retreat without the best outcomes for the good of our country. Let me thank you for your service to the country so far as I look forward to your insightful and healthy deliberations on the issues that will drive inclusive development. Remember to always thank Liberia, love Liberia, live Liberia. May God bless the work of our hands and save our country. Ladies and gentlemen, the opening statement delivered by His Excellency the President Joseph Imabwaka. I try to interpret it, and I'm confident that this is the best statement ever that can. If any of these cabinet members or officials is lacking, it's a wake up call. Wake up from your slumber. Wake up from the dungeon. Be at your best. It is not about you. It is about service. It's about country. It's about achieving. If you can fit in this package, give way, let those who fit come in to do the job. The job that is dedicated to thinking Liberia, loving Liberia, and building Liberia. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, those of you viewing and those of you listening, I grade this speech or statement as 100%. It encapsulates everything. You get pepper, you get salt, you get bitter ball, you get all, everything. The ingredients are so huge. The president is just in a nutshell saying to you, you have a responsibility. To serve is not a right, it's a privilege. We have a responsibility to act properly for the good of the people and the development of our country. If it is too big for you, just leave the space. Other people can occupy. 0778 665 08056161644. 0778 665 699 080561644. I can see patriotism and nationalism in that speech, President. If you are not national, if you're not a nationalist and a patriot, you better give way for the nationalist and patriot to do the job. 0778 665 699 080561644 are the numbers you can die. What do you make of the president's opening statement at the kickoff of the 3-day cabinet retreat, the first cabinet retreat under the regime of His Excellency Joseph Imabwaka, President of Liberia? It's about time that you have your say as well. Maybe you want to interpret some part of the statement, you want to laud the president, you want to challenge cabinet ministers or officials. You can also do so by dialing 0778 665 699 080561644. Let's refresh these numbers so that your calls can come true.
arrived in the age of technological advancement, Liberia must be repeated not to be satisfied with nations at the mercy of God or to be relegated to U.S. terms of the developmental. And we must set high standards ourselves and the cost to change our country. The need is often our partners, when we do good, like it for them, we gain it for them like great people, and we expect them to do that. We must be willing to observe young Americans, think outside and implement bold and innovative solutions rather than play. We cannot afford to sit back and watch while the nations. It is time to harness the talent, intelligence, and resources of the entire country to our greatness. Let us not be swayed by greed, corruption, but let us be guided by the sense of duty and responsibility to ourselves. That we can listen missionaries who inspire others are in our footsteps. For me, the rest yet, failure is not further team play a role, live up to the expectations of the job. When you step aside, I must say this.
Live up to the expectations of your job or step aside. Very clear message. Very clear. If there's anything you did not understand from there, as a cabinet official, then you joke. Very clear message. Live up to the expectations or you step aside. Is there anything you did not understand? It's very understandable. It's very much understandable. Very much understandable.
At all times, the expectations of our people at all times to deliver on those goals, but do things differently and with a renewed sense of patriotism and determination. Members of our team to encourage, engage in thoughtful, consultative, and open conversation, which will exchange ideas and on how best economic social changes in our country. Today, I remind you of the challenges to you to our commission. There is no longer a business solution. This is a demand for hard work, dedication, unwavering commitment to the development of our beloved country. There is no secret that the fate of our nation lies in the hands of its leaders, which all of them here. And although it is our picture that is plastered in papers and the government is called, I want you to always know that it's all of us. And I want you to always remember that it's up to us, the officials, lead the way for a brighter future of our citizens. We live in a challenging where the global landscape is constantly evolving. The demands placed on us officials are greater than ever before. Must rise to the occasion and tackle these challenges head with a sense of purpose and determination. Expectations of our people at all time high. Deliver on those hopes, but do things differently.
Let's do things differently. It's not business as usual. 0778 656 Dial these numbers. We have refreshed the numbers. Dial them 0778 656 And let's hear you tonight in the final segment of the Viewpoint on Punch 106.7 FM. Good evening, your name and where you join us.
Good evening. Jefferson.
Good evening, bro. Let's hear you.
Now your friend, man, like the guy that make friend with you on the phone that time to from Lower Maggie.
Oh, big brother, how are you? I remember I have your number. You say you're going to call me. You haven't.
Oh, but tomorrow you call me.
Okay, but what you make of the cabinet retreat? What about the message the Papa delivered today?
Jefferson, you know that I like you, and that's how I think about the old man. How you always think about the old man.